Okay, so we're back again. And did our show start before?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. My apologies, everyone. So slight little technical little issue. We're back here again. So getting ready for Game 3. Just a quick captain's meeting on this one. I think maybe a ref switch here for the game, so that might be the reason for it. But we're gonna get. We're getting ready for this one. I want to see what New York does. I want to see if New York can keep up this pace, and if this Washington team needs to be able to come out and pack a punch right now. But I want to see if this New York team is able to just finish it. That's one of the, I think, the biggest things about a team that's been dominant all week, and it has built from one game to the next game. Can they come out in Game 3 and just finish the job and just completely destroy Washington, send them home packing 0-3?
Yeah, it'd be a statement for the defending East Division champions who, did something very similar early in the season against Washington last year. The difference was last year it was a lot about how Washington was still a team kind of putting it together. They had a lot of new pieces. This year it's supposed to be New York the team that's putting it together, and they've looked so fluid throughout the weekend. And obviously a lot of that is it's always easier to play fluid Quidditch when your beaters are really, standing up to it. And I think they've, down the depth chart, I think they've gotten really solid beater performances.
100%. It's so clear how much depth they have at beater. It's not Devin Lee playing like crazy Jackson Johnson, Max Havin level minutes of playing constantly. It's just Lee getting a quick shift, blitzing everyone, and everything happening.
Yeah. And, it's, as you guys all just saw a couple minutes ago, they don't even have TK playing yet. I don't think it's going to be another month or so until he's cleared to play. I mean, that's a Team USA beater that they just have
stored ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case. Break glass in case emergency. Hello, Tate K.
He'll be here in time for, their Boston series. And, so it'll be interesting to see. I think we should be getting ready to start pretty soon.
That's the hope.
It's getting a little late here in New York City. We appreciate you guys all staying up, or if you're on the West Coast.
Waking up.
What time do you think it is in California, Harry?
I don't know time zones. That's not my job. Oh. My job is to talk as best I can.
Well, you're doing great, Harry.
Thank you. I try.
Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We've got a great schedule of content coming up this week. Monday, you can expect MLQ replay, where we're breaking down all 3 series. And then on Thursday, Set a Pick will be coming back with a new cast of hosts. Ryan Naraki and Jess Markle are going to be hosting. And then we've got great games next weekend, headlined by our series of the week, 4 p.m. up in Boston.
Yeah.
The Forge will be taking on the Charlotte Aviators. It should be another great East Division series.
I'm
It's
excited.
going to be a really exciting division, top to bottom, and a really exciting season overall.
All right. Getting ready for Game 3. New York won the first 2. Washington looking to make something happen in Game 3. He tried to pull out at least 1 right now.
Yep. And you really want to see Washington get out to a fast start. They failed to do that in
Game 2.
In Game 2. They did in Game 1. New York was able to answer the call and eventually catch the snitch. But Washington at least did win the Quaffle game. In this game, I'm interested to see if they can turn that around.
All right, starting the game, it's Jason Ing for Devin Lee at beater. Quaffle players, Minson, Potter, Morella, Chaser, Jackson at keeper, just like last time for New York, same starting lineup. Bila and Hicks at beater for Washington. Keeper is Trudeau, Cole, Stars, and Bayer at Chaser.
I do want to say, I was talking to some people in between the games, and they've been saying the presence, 3 of the coaches in New York are starting this game. Rachel Ayala Silver is the 4th coach of this team, obviously can't play anymore. She's been a huge presence for this team on the sideline so far.
I run up, and Frank Vincent just wins it, takes a shot, misses it. And it's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to be Washington ball.
That shot he hit last game might have been the worst thing to happen to Frank Vincent's season.
That is the most hyperbole thing you said to me. All right. Washington's going to start with the real first possession of the game. It's Trudeau bringing Quavo up center of the field. Bludgeon control is with New York. It's Mullins and Cupid. Trudeau.
We see that same mark defense.
It's been working for him. Why break
and
it?
the mark is on all the passing options. It's the ball carrier who's being softly marked by John Jackson.
All right, Burge is going to get beat. Here comes Trudeau. Spin move. trying to get through the tackle, and he does. Scoring big is Trudeau, winning the one-on-one.
Yeah, that's a huge table setter there for Washington, getting their coach, getting one of their star players going here early.
All right, immediately beat is Minson, but Jackson's going to be able to field call. Breaks the tackle from Stars. Jackson's just going to reset this possession.
Yep. And we're seeing the Burgess-Hicks line to start. We didn't see a ton of them in the last game. I feel like we saw very little of Burgess.
Bludger control going back to New York. There's no bludgers in this play, but New York is totally fine with being patient. Minson shoots. Nope, it's back out to Yanko. Yanko gets hit hard here. Morella's going to get ball. Morella's trying to race it down. She's going to look to pass it back to Jackson. She does. She gets hit on this one. Jackson back over to Yanko. Yanko. Patient. Holding position. Is just going to reset it back to Minson. Minson with Cole in front of him. Frank Minson down the left, down the near edge.
You know, you can tell that Trudeau's playing a little angry, but he's at least channeling it into very productive minutes so far.
Minute. All right, Morella's going to look for Jackson here. They're going to take a huge reset here. New York not finding the success so far early on. A lot of possession here.
Yeah, and with bludger control too, forced to use that reset.
Minson. Left near side. Hicks is playing behind the hoops here. Cupid looks for that beat on Hicks. Ooh, nice pass back to Burgess. Minson over to Yanko. Yanko gets hit hard. Shot is good.
That is a tough finish there from Yanko.
He's made some big plays. He's really nice behind the hoops. He knows what to do there. Cupid's going to immediately beat out Stars in this play, so Washington has to slow down as their beaters try to get back in it. Hicks leading up Trudeau. All right, this time Yanko is going to be playing on Trudeau. Cupid faking at Hicks. Cupid wins that beater battle. Here comes Stars now. All the bludgeon on the ground. Over to Cole. Cole. No good. Beat before.
Oof. But that was overall so much better from Washington. And even if it doesn't end up working out, I'm glad to see it.
I mean, it's one of the issues, though, is that New York is keeping bludgeon control, so his passing options are a lot harder to find. Minson all the way down the field to Yanko. Pass goes over his head. Cole's trying to fight with Yanko. Brings him down hard. Ball loose, and Bayer's going to jump. But there's a whistle here.
You gotta say, I think as effective as Minson's been on and off here throughout the night, I feel like he's just kind of the broken piece in this offense right now, where he's just forcing a little bit too much. He's not finding the right passes, and that's kind of quieted down the Titans' offense. It's been so effective. That said, Cole is going to get a tackle, contact foul, and it's going to be an opportunity for a power play here.
I guess so. So the yellow card on Cole here.
3 minutes into this one.
Yanko. He's going to get a reset, I believe, on the restrictor line. He knows it, too. He's going to take it all the way back into the front of the hoops, which there is no one there. So this should be an easy goal for Yanko.
Yep. Nobody's going to be able to contest him.
Again, the restart of this play. Yanko going to take a couple steps and score pretty easily. All right, 20-10 the score. New York takes the lead. Cole's penalty is erased as he's back into the game. And it's 20-10, and Trudeau's going to reset this possession.
And just like that, New York's out to another early lead.
And Cupid putting really high early pressure.
Yeah, so good early in game 2. Looking to do the same again here early in game 3. And Mullins has been the perfect complement to him.
Cupid putting high pressure again. This ball going all the way over to Cole. Cole back to Trudeau. Cole's bait out by Cupid. Trudeau putting push pressure. Here comes Stars. Stars looking for Bear. Bear can't handle it cleanly. Ball's loose on the ground. Fight for it. It's Minson who's got it. And New York's going the other way. Minson flying down on the field. Throws the ball into the ground, into the hands, and Yanko somehow ends up with it. Dodges a beat, wrapped up by Stars. Here comes a big hit from Stars, loose ball on the ground. Yanko's going to fight for it. There's going to be a big pile, and it's going to be Washington's ball. Riley Stars, beautiful play and a great hit.
Yeah, big hit. But again, a little bit of a force there from New York.
Yeah, Minson's going to sub, and he knows he needs to. What's interesting right now is Washington's beaters, Hicks and Burgess, look just scared to throw at New York's beaters. They don't look like they're confident in taking these battles. And Cupid's playing really high up.
Really high up with, in a way that he can't even really get his free beater support if you lose an exchange.
There's finally a trade. Now there's all the Bludgers on the ground trying to find Cole, but that pass was just bulleted at him in not a great spot.
That's such a hard pass to make against Mark defense, especially fresh Mark defense, because New York's subbing, and once again, Washington isn't.
And that's the killer there. And that pass is like maybe like a 5 feet away, and Trudeau threw it as hard as he could at him. What's interesting is all the Bludgers got on the ground, and Trudeau's there's no screen, there's no pick and roll. Well, something that we've seen Trudeau's biggest bread and butter against Mark for a long time, and there's no shots, something we've seen from Trudeau for a long time. Mullins is going to beat out Stars, but her ball goes flying away. Burgess is going to get beat here. Ball's loose on the ground. Freed's got it, and Freed scores.
Yeah, you know, I kind of thought coming into the season that if the New Yorkers going to keep running that same play that they were running last season against zone, that, you know, Freed might factor in as that J.C. Aarons Sibir role, because he did a lot for Harvard, and it's one of the first times we've kind of seen him in that role.
Yeah, and that's to me Freed's bread and butter. Like that's his game.
And goal's good.
30-10.
At the 5-minute mark.
Again, New York getting out to a hot start, and Washington slow. Again, just not playing with that same energy, not making plays early on.
And not subbing.
You're right. I'm curious what's happening, though? Like what the wait is. There's like a long talk between Trudeau and Lecomte.
So it's just a conversation about what I think how the beaters are going to work out, and it's going to be a no-budget situation. And Washington has to make this one count.
They do, and they have all their chases in front. They have a play to make something happen. Okay, now they're going to go off. Trudeau is flying down the field. He's just dodges dog. Oh, Cuban.
Oh, Colin Cuban, he made up like 20 yards.
Yeah, and he just out-hustled everyone there. And none of the Washington beaters saw him. He was all the way behind the hoops. He was where the goal ref was. How do you, as a Washington beaters, not make that play on him? Stars is making a tackle on Freed, just making the hole in his shirt even bigger. Mike Lee gets it, though, and they're going to slow down.
Yeah, much more patient and composed there from Freed after the struggles in Game 1 against the high press.
And Freed's going to go behind top. Burgess is going to get a trade of beats at the top. It's going to be Washington's going to keep this Bludger. Here's Freed. Freed scores. Beautiful play. Hit hard by Cole, but Freed just finding the angle. And Freed just made play after play. Here comes Trudeau down the center of the field. Trudeau into Yanko. Wrapped up hard. Trudeau go down hard. Finds Bear. Paul over the top to Cole. Oh, Justin Cole!
Putting it one right over his Team USA teammate.
40-20. Justin Cole just winning the fight for the ball. Goes up top to get it and just destroys Morello.
And great read by Julia Bear there. You know, just like in basketball, sometimes when you're in transition, it's the trailing player that you want to find because they're the unmarked one.
Oh,
and Justin Cole was the trailing player in that play.
This is tragic. Bernie Burgess threw a bludger flying off the pitch, but Cedar Jr. was standing next to the other one, so he's going to get it, and now it's New York getting bludger control. Just an error there from Washington's beaters.
No bludgers immediately.
Yanko up to Mike Lee. Can't handle the pass, but he has totally a ton of time. It's Dale Farnan in the game at keeper now. So instead of going Phillips, it's back to Farnan. Bila coming in. Beats out Yanko. Donnelly throws it back to Hoops here. Bila's putting a ton of pressure on Mike Lee here. He's wrapped up. Oh, it's going to be from behind. That's legitimate. That one's definitely from behind.
The other possible call is Lee was starting to get close to the. Yep. You got that on Stars?
Good job, me.
If you coach in the MQC, you know you have to dodge the ref call foul from Chris Lecomte. And New York Titans are now learning that.
I'm sorry.
I've gotten it a few times.
I haven't actually gotten it. I just stop at the warning.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not as good at that.
You gotta change who you yell. You gotta start talking to the LARs.
So Stars goes in the box, and I think New York's still figuring out who's going to serve their penalty time.
So is it a card or is it a warning?
Unclear. He said 2 fouls on the play. Okay, maybe it was a warning.
We got a warning. Nick Jablonski in the booth telling us it's a warning. Appreciate it, Nick Jablonski. We love you. Okay, remount. It's going to be New York with Quaffle here. as Stars got the penalty. They're just going to give it right back to Yanko. Yanko goes back to Mike Lee, and they're able to reset. Back to Yanko. All right. New York able to get this reset here. Molly Potter into the game at Chaser. It's CJ Jr. and Kerry Donnelly. Oh, good beat from Jr. on Byla. But Byla is able to throw it back. Smith throws her bludger randomly, and now there's a fight for it. Young gets tied up, but Dale Farnan jumps on it. That's a great
incredible
hit by
defensive play by
Farnan.
Dale Farnan.
He never really hit him hard. He never put a shoulder into him. He just kind of played old arms and wraps, and it worked out.
CJ Jr. gets beat out, and it's going to be bludger control to Washington and a chance to kind of work their way back into the game. Farnan wearing the green headband, I think, for the first time today.
Absolutely. He has not worn it yet. Farnan. Cole. Shot. Easy. Too easy for Freed.
And he's gone.
But Byla. Zane Byla makes a great beat on Freed. That shot had nothing on it from Cole, and Freed was all over it. They're looking to make some subs. Here comes Generate.
Obviously, he was one of the sources of offense they were actually able to find in Game 2 when they struggled to find much of any. So we'll see what he can do here. Currently being marked by Molly Potter.
Bayer with Quaffle, far side of the field. Back up to Cole. Cole fakes, shoots, and blocked by Freed.
I mean, that's Freed's bread and butter, blocking shots like that. And Cole's not even putting anything behind these.
No, he's taking these like little off-balance push shots, and not with any driving threat. So Freed's just able to sit back on it. Generate making the wrap on Freed. Freed passing over to Potter. There's loose bludger on the gown that Melissa Smith is trying to chase down. But it's going to be New York who gets bludgers back. Mike Lee, covered by Farnan, switches back. Trying to fake past Bayer. Shoots. No good. Hits the crossbar, but Freed chases it. Freed fakes. Gets beat. Loose ball. It's going to be Washington ball. Freed was beat before he threw that ball.
Yep. Washington has kind of slowed the bleeding on the defensive side, but they still can't find a goal.
They can't find a goal right now. The ball's sticking on a lot of the time one person's hand. There's not a ton of motion, and it's hurting them.
Yeah.
All right, Shane McConaughey into the game at Chaser. First time we've seen him all day for Washington.
Yeah, one of the Virginia Tech contingent on this squad. Not all of them on roster today.
Farnan to Heald, back to Farnan. This is Dale Farnan, by the way. Heather Farnan also into the game.
Got 2 Lees, 2 Farnans. They're not making it easy on us.
Heather Farnan's beat gets blocked, and there's a ton of pressure. Generate's just going to throw this ball away, but McConaughey's going to chase it down. It does go out of bounds. I appreciate McConaughey's hustle.
Yeah, but that's the fresh legs, right?
And because he hustled that down, didn't let Potter get this ball and sort of reset it the way that she wanted to. 10 minutes into the game, 40-20 is the score.
And John Jackson subs in after a long time off the field, and that's the luxuries that the Titans have been able to get going today.
Same with Devin Lee and Tessa Mullins. Lee, trade of beats with Farnan. Behind the hoops, Mike Lee. Mike Lee, shot, nails it. Mike Lee, 50-20. Able to set his feet and just find it. Beautiful play for Mike Lee. All right, Dale Farnan starting the next possession. Cody Nardone into the game with Heather Farnan.
And bludger control, but they've also struggled to do much with bludger control, and that's also just been the athleticism of those New York beaters.
Yeah, they're punishing them for any lazy beats. Dale Farnan. Fake handoff from McConaughey. I like that, though. I like that they're trying this. It's moving the ball without needing to.
Yeah.
Generate's open, but he gets back. McConaughey fakes, shoots, blocked by Jackson.
Yeah, and New York has been sitting in every shooting lane. It's been a shot blocking clinic from John Jackson and Leo Freed basically all night.
Yeah, and that's like, it's almost like a difference. DC's like, okay, Washington can't find it with the drives, can't find it with the passes, so let's take the shots.
Clearly putting those Harvard educations to.
You should know.
I'm not Harvard educated. Let's not get crazy here.
What are you talking about? You're the coach of Harvard. There's an illegal bludger swat. It's on Vinny Iannucci, so this is a turnover of something. Bludger? Quaffle? Bludger. I don't think it's a Quaffle turnover, though.
Nope.
But it is a 1-minute penalty and a blue card non-stacking penalty. So Nardone is going to get a bludger. He's way behind the hoops. He's just going to reset it here as Mullins retreats back to her hoops. So they're just going to slow this whole possession down. This game, a lot slower than the first two. You can see the tired legs on both teams.
Yep, for sure. So that's why those newer legs, like McConaughey here, are going to make a difference.
Absolutely. All right, Jackson's got Rafa and Mike Lee with him. Over to Mike Lee. Back to Jackson. Little stumble, but he gets it back to Mike Lee. Jenneran's putting a ton of pressure on them. And Jackson's beat, and Jenneran's going to pick up this quaffle. Here comes Jenneran down the center of the field. He's going to kick it to McConaughey, but the pass is slow, but Jenneran's going to pick it up. Jenneran, it's going to be New York ball. He got beat. Ooh, bludger flying to us. And here comes Jackson. He's going to try to put pressure early, but he kicks it to Iannucci, who just got back into the game. Iannucci flips the track out, trying to find Mike Lee. There's a fight for this ball. It's Dale Farnan. Ooh, that was a very late kick. John Jackson gets beat. Lexi Rafa's going to pick it up, and the ball's going to go out of bounds here. It's going to be Washington ball. Washington's defense is playing very different. They're just playing super aggressive. They're flying over the field. They're trying to make anything happen at the moment.
Yeah, and I think Mulcahy's getting his first minutes in this game, 12 minutes in.
Crazy to see him not get in the game until this point. Mulcahy out there with Dale Farnan with quaffle, passes way out wide to Rachel Heald.
Good to see her playing a little bit more with ball in hand. They've really struggled to get that going.
Way over the top to Mulcahy. Mulcahy shot. It's good. Brian Mulcahy.
Yeah, I mean, good things happen when the ball is in Rachel Heald's hands, but they just haven't gotten to those situations very often.
All right, timeout New York. So Brian Mulcahy gets a goal and it forces an immediate timeout. 30-50 the score right now. So New York with the lead at the moment, but hopefully some change of pace now for Washington. They played a much faster defensive game. They're flying to everything right now. And New York, maybe not tired, but they're playing a lot slower on the offensive end, not getting their fast breaks, not sort of pushing the tempo that we expected from them. Do you think that's what they're trying to push for in this timeout?
Well, so I think what's happened to some degree is Washington is maybe sent a memo to its beating game that they need to just be a little less pressing on offense to stop these transitions. We haven't exactly seen good half-court offense from New York a ton. I mean, there were a couple sets earlier in the game, Mike Lee to Leo Freed just playing that role that he's been playing for all season, attacking zones. Outside of that, it's been a lot of iffy half-court and a lot of really good transition. It seems like Washington's been able to get back more. You saw that play where Freed tried to take off, and Bila had the beat on him. So, it seems like they've decided that maybe this is the pace they want to play at. Their defense has definitely held up a lot better, only these 5 goals. They do still need to find something offensive, and maybe it is playing a little bit more through a Rachel Heald ball in hand.
I mean, it's got to be what your move right now, and she's so dynamic with the quaffle in hand, and it just gives you so much more ability right now. But I like that they've gone to their subs more. We're seeing more depth, and it's playing with energy. All right, we're back onto the field after the timeout. It is New York quaffle. Bludger control, I believe, is still with Washington.
Yep, Cody Nardone's got a ball.
You got great eyes, Ethan.
I'm going to press with it.
Mike Lee, wrapped up by Stars. Hit hard by Stars, but kicks it right back to Jackson.
Yeah, and the bludger's still on the play, but a really nice job killing there by New York.
But Devin Lee just forced a no bludger, and Heather Farnan is going to get a neck tackle call.
Sure.
Mulcahy chasing down Rafa, back out to Mike Lee. Huge hit from Mulcahy, but it kicks it back to Jackson. Jackson looking for Iannucci, catches one hand over his shoulder, shot no good. But Jackson's got it. Jackson's shot no good, goes into the ground.
But after all that, the advantage is going to do Heather Farnan in.
I love how Brian Mulcahy has played in this shift. He's come in. He didn't start this game. He didn't play in the early shifts. He's just coming in with crazy energy, and he's making every hit and every play. Heather Farnan does not like the call. Throws her bludger away in disgust on that call.
Doesn't get the second card for it.
It's a bludger and quaffle turnover to New York. It's a good call. No,
yeah.
She definitely hit Lee too high on that. Devin Lee specifically too high on that play. It is going to go back to New York with quaffle. Well, that's the thing. Washington playing super aggressive in their chaser game on defense. Brian Mulcahy flying out to hit after hit after hit, trying to stop everything that New York can do. Man, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Because a mistake from one of their players, and all of a sudden, boom, New York's got Quaffle. Lexi Rafa with it. She's just going to really slow it down, and try to make sure it's all set up.
It'd be nice to see them figure out something offensively here now that they have the even added advantage of a beater foul because they have really slowed down the half court.
Devin Lee, oh, what a catch. And Mike Lee finds Vinny Iannucci, and Iannucci scores. And just like that, New York scores on the power play.
Yep.
60-30. 13 minutes into the game.
We get some more subbing here. Farnham's going to come back off. Trudeau's going to come back in.
Bernie Burgess as well at beater. Heald immediately gets beat in this play as Kellen Cupid's into the game. Here's Michael Johnston in as well. Trudeau. Burgess beats out off a player. Trudeau. Stars. Mulcahy behind the hoops. Trying to make something happen on Johnston. Oh, but Jackson's all over that pass to Heald.
Yeah, we've seen that story before.
And it's Johnson who's going to start this play. Kellen Cupid's putting crazy pressure. He tried to beat Trudeau in the zone.
That's how he's played, though. You know, he's looking the kind of player that Devin Lee's been. You know, maybe not those high highs, but, you know, he's happy to play in those super aggressive situations.
Oh, and I love it, and it's working so beautifully. Johnston makes a move, gets past Trudeau, faking one way, going the other, fakes again, trying to make a play happen, dodging tackle after tackle, still with the ball in hand, and he's beat. Little too much there from MJ.
Yeah, at some point the clock's got to go off in your head. The beaters don't stay out of the play for that long.
But the athleticism is just showing and just beating defender after defender. Couldn't find it. You kind of have to find the pass at some point, but he beat a lot of people there.
And that's what New York's got. He's got the athleticism all the way down the roster.
Mulcahy. Faking. There's a trade of beats between Burgess and Cupid. Donnelly's putting pressure. Mulcahy's pass way out to Bayer. She is going to field it. She's going to take a reset. Night. Bayer starting that secondary possession. 15 minutes into the game. Donnelly putting pressure on Hicks. Mulcahy going to get this quaffle, pressured by Rafa. Mulcahy kicking out to Bayer. Nice hit by Rafa. Donnelly. Burgess has a bludger and is not crossing midfield right now. Stars. Trudeau. Trudeau slow with this ball. They're just trying to set anything they can up.
Bear's got a whole side of the field to herself right now.
Over to Stars, pressured by Donnelly. Over to Mulcahy. Mulcahy covered by Iannucci. Back out to Stars. Stars chased down. Over to Bayer. Bayer's going to get it. Bayer's passing back out to Trudeau. Just passing in the square. Trudeau fakes, nothing home.
Bludger control this entire time as well.
Right now, New York has two people at the hoops. The first time we've seen Old H. Johnson gets beat. Shot from Trudeau. No. Here in the yep, but he didn't get it that time. Mulcahy with Iannucci. Trying to pass back out. Finds Trudeau. Bludger on the ground. Hicks wants a call but doesn't get it. She's beat. Cupid putting pressure. Over to Mulcahy. Mulcahy pressured. Trying to get past Iannucci, who's played great defense. Mulcahy over to Bayer, who's can't make something happen. Bayer keeps possession. What a long possession. For
and in that possession, Washington went from having bludger control to having 0 bludgers for an extended period of time.
That's a really impressive job of Washington Chaser Core to keep that possession, though.
Not even use a reset.
They did earlier.
Yeah, but within that sequence.
True. All right, Burgess trying to beat out some people. Pass out to Mulcahy. On Iannucci, trying to find Trudeau, and Trudeau can't handle the pass, and it's going to be there it is.
They finally found the look they wanted, and it just couldn't quite execute it.
So it's New York ball. It's going to go right to either Johnson or Rafa. I think it's going to Johnson. He's the closest person, and there is no beaters back. I know Burgess is right here, right near this near edge of the field. So Johnson.
I don't think he's going to have the lane to run because.
But Stars is off broom.
Yeah, but Bear can at least. Slow him down, get Burgess back in the play.
I mean, there's a shot, especially if
I'm fine with them taking the shot.
I want Johnson to do it. I think it's the right play. The beater's way out of this play. You have two people going on one. Johnson's very fast. This is a really opportune play to really take this drive.
Well, Stars is no longer in the play.
So there's nothing to worry about there for Stars now. So bludger swat on Stars. It's going to be there's no bludger turnover. It looks like New York has both bludgers still no matter what. But Cupid does have a bludger on that near side. And there goes Johnson. He's flying down the right side of the field. He shoots. He scores.
Yeah, and Burgess misses the beat. He had a shot.
He got I think he still gets that shot off before
possible.
anyways. Easy goal there, 70-30. And Johnson's loving it. He's just smiling it up, and we love to see it. 70-30, New York's in absolute control of this game. Leo Freed subbing in at chaser. Melissa Smith looking for a trade of beats with Donnelly. Finds it. Ing at beater now out for New York. Pass over to Bear. Bear's pressured. Her shot's no good. Haven't seen that quintessential shot from Bear. Shot from Stars is no good. Loose ball on the ground. Trudeau's going to field it. Trudeau trying to kick it out to Bear. It's just like a scrambled pass there, and it's not home. Bear trying to kick out to Trudeau, but Johnson intercepts. Johnson's hit hard by Mulcahy. Mulcahy's got it. But Biola has a pleasure. There's a commotion. In the end, Stars has the quaffle. A lot happening on that far edge.
I don't know how Washington kept possession there.
I don't know.
I guess it's just because they had the extra beaters.
All right, Jason Ing and Kerry Donnelly at beater. It's Trudeau with Stars and Bear and Mulcahy at chaser. Bila makes a beat on Donnelly. No bludgers. Here comes Trudeau. Trudeau's wrapped up. Freed comes off broom. Over to Mulcahy. Mulcahy pressured by Donnelly. Ing's beat out by Smith. Dodge beat. Here comes Mulcahy. Woohoo! Nice move, but he fouls it out. Finds Bear!
I don't know how he found that pass. I didn't see that pass.
I don't think anyone did except for Mulcahy and Bear.
A huge goal to stop the bleeding.
40-70. Mulcahy's played great in this game.
Yeah, definitely his best game of this night.
40-70. We're almost at 19 minutes in this game, almost at the intermission.
Yeah.
Jackson on the far side of the field. Has Mullins in front, Ing putting pressure on Smith.
Definitely the slowest paced game of the day so far.
It's not surprising. It's game 3. This is when that tired legs start. And Washington is playing super aggressive to try to make something happen.
Tyler Trudeau heavily shading the Leo Freed side at this point.
I mean, that's the right move. And especially without Jackson really in a pressure pot to shoot, I think that's what they have to
We haven't really seen Jackson shoot, I'd say, all night either.
No, and that's not his game, really. Yeah. Jackson over to Kim. Kim dodges a beat from Bila. Kim getting pressure from Trudeau and gets it out to Jackson. Jackson drops the ball. It's out of bounds.
Good composure by Kim there, but just a tough pass for Jackson to handle.
Interesting that we've never seen this sort of Washington approach this entire series. No, this aggressive defense, we've never seen it. It has not come out once. Yeah, I don't know where that came. There's some dance music?
I think it's a party boat in the
makes
Hudson.
sense. It's a loud party boat. We love that. They're excited for New York, just like we are right now.
Yeah, I mean, New York's gotten fireworks. They've gotten party boats. The city is up for the Titans right now.
And I think it's a timeout for Washington.
I don't think.
Is it intermission?
All right.
It's something, but, we're coming back into the box, I'm assuming. So we'll try to figure out if it's intermission or a timeout. We're actually not sure at the moment. And so we'll figure that out in a second. But right now, New York leading 70-40. It looks like it's intermission. We're getting the set score all fixed up on the other side. So most likely intermission right now. New York up 70-40. Not a fast-paced game. The tired legs showing on the New York side definitely a little bit. They've slowed the game down, but they've been consistent. They're not making mistakes. They're playing very easy, very, very even keel, finding nice little scoring opportunities, and playing really good defense.
Yeah. But, they still do need to find that half-court offense because that's what stymied them for a while in Game 2 when they were trying to finish it off. That's why they haven't scored that many points. Outside of that one little run with Mike Lee and Leo Freed kind of halfway through the game, it's been quieter from this team. And, Devin Lee is not going to be exploding off the pitch the way he was in Game 1. That's not realistic. And it's up to their qualifier players to, find some of these goals. They only need 6 more to get out of here with a sweep or 3 more if they can get a catch.
Yeah. So set score in this game is going to be 130. New York at 70. Washington at 40.
Yeah, and it'll be Generate going up against Cupid. It's the same matchup we saw to start Game 2. Cupid already has 1 catch this evening, but it was Tyler Trudeau who had the 1 catch so far for Washington.
Yeah, and unsurprising to see Cupid and Generate in that box. All right, players back out to their brooms.
Trudeau is currently on pitch. I think he's going to immediately sub to be Generate's backup.
I'm assuming this ball is starting with Washington right here on this edge. I honestly can't. It looks like it's Mulcahy with it, who's on the out-of-bounds line, but he's right next to the Washington bench, covered by Jackson, so I have no idea if that is exactly Mulcahy.
It's either him or Stars. I feel like they're the only two who kind of have that look.
And nice little bounce pass in on the inbounds to Trudeau. I like that.
And it was Stars, and he did immediately sub for Healed.
All right, so it's Healed, Bayer, whistle. For something? Unsure. Something? I have no idea. Doesn't matter. So there's going to be some type of call on this play. It was an immediate whistle, almost like maybe 3 seconds after the intermission.
I mean, it had to be in the beater game because all that happened in the Quaffle game is one bounce pass.
Hey, it was a great bounce pass.
It was a pretty bounce pass.
We love bounce passes.
Hey, if you got the turf, you got to use it.
You got to use the bounce pass. You maybe try it once on grass. See, Ian Skura, who's a highlight aid taker, he's not in his head. He agrees.
I mean, it looks good on his footage.
We love bounce passes. So every other team in MLQ, only bounce passes from now on.
Harry's not trying to tip the scales or anything.
All right.
I assume there's no call on the play?
I don't know. Maybe it's on Ing for being really close to the. There's no foul. Okay. Interesting. Ing is going to make an immediate beat on Generate. Here's Trudeau running down the field. Trudeau through everyone, and he scores. As he destroys all the hoops in the process. I love it. The score is 50-70 after that goal.
Obviously, you can't destroy a hoop in an uncontested situation, but you can
there was
in a
like
contested
4 people.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. I was just clarifying.
Okay.
Getting that cool evening breeze working its way in. It's a big goal there for Washington, kind of to a catch, and suddenly they're in the lead for the first time in, I don't know, 2.5 games.
Time.
I guess since the New York snitch catch in Game 1 is probably the last time Washington had a lead.
Wow, that's crazy to think about. All right, 50-70? 50-70 the score. Wind's starting to take over, so it's affecting the scoreboard from our side. But it is 50-70. Trudeau is going to sub immediately.
Jenner's getting some good looks here.
Burgess is not letting Ing sub. And he tries to catch that, and he does catch that on the sideline. It's a great play from Burgess. Cupid goes for a dive on Cooper, can't find it. Cooper did fall. There's a fight for the Bludgers on the sideline over here. Cupid gets ripped off of Broom. It's Armitrating driving. Armitrating getting all the way to the hole, and he scores that Armitrating.
It looked like that ball came loose for a second. He was able to just continue to force it through that hoop.
Cupid and Generate getting looks to go at it at the snitch. Generate gets beat. It's going to be Cupid's opportunity. Cupid getting a lot of alone time here.
Conborn coming in the beater game.
Farnan beats out Cupid.
On pitch.
Bourne flew into the game because Mullins threw an error beat.
Oh, Degenerate
caught it!
What a low move from TJ Generate. And just like that, we could be all knotted up here in Game 3.
That is a huge catch from Generate. If it's no good, I'm curious why.
Head ref Chris Lecomte and current snitch Alex Amadal talking it over.
Generate looks shocked if they're talking about it at all. So, it's no good for grabbing the snitch first. You can't hold on to the snitch. So Generate's going to be off room. He's going to go back to hoops. No catch. So it's still 80-50. I didn't see it well enough to know if it was good.
Washington, though, does have the quaffle, chance to eat in the lead, and also Heather Farnan is just standing over Kellen Cupid at his own hoops.
Love to see it. Never let a seeker move. So Junior does have one bludger, I believe, at the top here. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. And then, of course, Jenner will have to go back to hoops for the infraction.
Long talk between Justin Cole and head ref Chris Lecomte. Not really sure what's going on here, but we're back to it. And Cole does have Quaffle. Bourne putting super aggressive pressure on Tessa Mullins there. Now Cole has no bludgers here. Trying to get the screen. Junior's beat.
Big
Here's
beat
a
there
chance
from
for
Heather
Generate.
Farnan.
Mulcahy looking for the drive. Trying to just set screens. Nothing's there. Generate getting a ton of open looks. Mulcahy to
great
Cole.
look.
Mulcahy playing crazy well at a nice point.
And now a catch would mean a lead for Washington.
Cupid's beat out by Farnan. Bourne playing a nice physical shift. Hit Junior. Junior came up a little gimp there. Generate getting a look. Oh, that was close. Can't get it as Cooper falls down there at the very end. Here comes Minson driving. His shot, no good. There's a fight for the ball. Mulcahy's got it.
And now Mulcahy might just be able to go immediately the other way. Lindsay Morello's trying to get in front of him.
And Mulcahy is going to go the other way. Tries to fake one way. Slows down. There's no one back for Washington to get this pass from Mulcahy. He's the only one going.
But
Here's
it's going to be
Ing.
Justin Cole's coming in as the trailing player, and he's going to get it.
Oh, the snitch tail fell.
Cole puts it through, and it's another goal for Washington.
70-80. Generate's did not make that catch. That tail fell off, not Generate catching it. Generate does get beat here.
By far the best snitch on pitch period so far from the Admirals. And the question is, when will we see Tyler Trudeau? Oh, he shoots through. Justin Ing almost shoots through the legs for the grab, and now he's just getting grappled by Cooper.
It's really dangerous. That snitch tail is like leaning on the side, so Cooper is playing really risky with Ing. Ing's off broom.
Trudeau is now in the game for Generate, looking to make the grab.
Cooper, Cole got beat. Armor Trading breaks through the tackle and scores.
90-70 now the score.
Howard makes a beat on Mullins. There's going to get control here most likely for Washington. Trudeau's trying to get in. He can't find that grab. Ing flying around. Ooh, he almost had Cooper not looking. Ing now.
He's
Jason
getting
Ing.
some really nice shots here.
Oh, that was close.
And now Mulcahy looking to work through the defense one more time. Working to work off a screen from Julia Bear. No, just goes the other way. John Jackson knocks it out, but the ball goes to Justin Cole.
He missed. Mulcahy's chasing it down. Breaks the tackle from Morella. Driving in now. Trying to find Bear, but she didn't even know the pass was coming at her. And now Minson's going to pick up this quaffle. There's so much going on in the Seeker game. Minson driving down the field, tackled by Cole. Loose ball. He fights for it. He shoots. No good. And Heald's going to jump on it.
And Cooper, I mean, he's going to be getting tired. These Seekers are working him right now.
He's getting blitzed. Getting absolutely destroyed.
What's crazy is that he has all the beater help from both teams, and he's still getting blitzed. But Colin Bourne and Diana Howard.
Mullins went down. That's not good.
Yeah, it was Colin Bourne and Diana Howard who were really starting to set up the box there on the Seeker game and to give Tyler Trudeau a chance. It's going to be, it's still going to come down to the snitch grab.
Okay.
But it was such a shame to see the Admirals' last possession go awry because they had all the opportunities in the world. Even after this first shot, when Mulcahy tracked it down, then made such a weird decision with that pass shot that unfortunately was a waste of possession.
So just for the viewers knowing at home, Mullins went down on that play. It looks like just a cramp. She's able to run off the field of her own accord in kind of like a gimpy little way. It looked like just a cramp, so hopefully she's okay.
Oh, another huge beat from Bourne. Why have we not seen more of Bourne?
He has been amazing. He's so good on snitch on pitch, too, and he making a nice little
play
play here.
Shot here.
Trudeau. Oh, he dropped it.
But so Tyler Trudeau will wait for the refs to discuss.
So Trudeau yelling at the cameras, calling for a quad ball core. Shameless plug for Tyler Beckman's Seeking channel.
Great channel.
It's a great channel. He does great stuff with that. But Tyler Trudeau looked like he had that cinch in hand, and as he finished catching it, he had it in his hand, and he dropped it as he was fine.
And, of course, for a lot of other internet content, our Patreon, we have a lot of great content there. We've put our three burning questions. If you want to follow the journey of this young New York team through the eyes of Kellen Cupid, his vlog will be starting very soon. We also have a vlog coming from the Minneapolis Monarchs. So plenty of content there. Long discussion here amongst the refs. And this is such a big call because a good catch would mean Washington suddenly in the driver's seat. They'd be up 105-90 with a game to 103 to 130. Catch was good.
Huge.
And here's the thing. This is a no bludger opportunity. This is a no bludger opportunity here where Cole could put it through, and suddenly it's only 2 more goals here for Washington.
That's huge. And Washington getting back in this game, it's going to be 105-90. Honestly, amazing shift from Diana Howard and Colin Bourne.
Yeah. Love to see him stay out on the field.
Yeah, I would love that for them.
Let's get some fresh legs in the game.
They played that seeking shift incredibly in the beating game. They gave so many looks to the Washington Seekers. It was beautiful to
This
watch.
needs to be a goal from their chasers, though. I believe Cedar Jr. does have a bludger behind his back on the left there.
Yeah, but Cole's got a matchup he wants.
Yeah.
And he's just going to slow it down. He doesn't. He's not risking it with Junior coming into the play.
So it is 3 more goals for Washington, 4 more goals for New York. Another exciting. Mulcahy gets right by Potter.
No good, missed it. Heald's going to chase this ball down with Minson trailing, but Minson somehow comes up with the ball. Minson getting past Cole to slow the game down. Minson over to Potter. Potter catches, shoots. She scored.
That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Frank Minson, handled perfectly by Molly Potter, and now it is 1-3.
And she goes top hoop to get it done. 105-100. I thought that was going to be an easy goal from Mulcahy. He just missed top hoop. Colin Bourne set him up perfectly. Made a great beat on the no bludger drive, and they couldn't finish it.
It's been a lot of that from Washington today, just not finishing. We've seen a lot from Justin Cole. We've seen a lot from Brian Mulcahy at times as well, though he has had a better game in this one. And it's just a shame because they had that opportunity off the catch to get the immediate goal, which would have put them so in the driver's seat down the stretch. And instead, we're just back to even par.
And it's 3 goals away for both teams.
Yep.
Bear. Nardone is on the hoop line on the far right side. Cole.
But what is the actual idea? That's the thing we've been waiting for. What are they doing in the half court here? It's just going to be Cole trying to drive in, but the New York mark defense collapses so well into these drives.
Finding Heald. Ooh, hit hard by Morella. There's a loose ball, and it's picked up by Mike Lee. That's a great play from Lindsay Morella.
Yeah. She's so good as an off-ball defender, getting in those passing lanes because it was a nice look.
Honestly, she's just so good at pretty much every aspect of the game.
Of course.
All right, Devin Lee loses his bludger here. There's no bludgers back for New York. Washington tries to put a press. They're going to force out what I believe is the reset as Devin Lee gets back into this play behind the hoops.
But they could choose to press harder because, again, they can't go past.
Oh, but Bourne loses. Oh, no. Nardone loses a battle to Lee behind his own hoops. And Lee gets bludger control from New York. That's killer. Mike Lee's shot blocked by Mulcahy. Brings it down.
Big stop there from Mulcahy.
Subs coming. Here's Generate coming into the game for Heald.
Generate's been that spark plug offensively. 3 more goals is all they need, however they can get them.
Cole bringing up Quaffle. Bludger control with New York. Over to Generate. Nardone with a bludger on the near side of the field. Generate just having some fun.
I don't think he was selling anybody on that pass.
Not a chance. Cole. Again, just walking it down that right side over to Generate on the top.
Generate can so nasty with the mid-range shot from up top if you give it to him.
He takes a pass to Mulcahy, who scores. Generate to Mulcahy. Beautiful play.
That's what the offense has been missing.
Just really aggressiveness, taking the space, and then finding it. 115 to 100. Washington is 2 away.
Second game of the series come down to the wire. New York got the better of it in game 1, a blowout in game 2, but Washington, it would mean so much if they could get a win here tonight.
Devin Lee blocks a beat. There's no bludgers here for Washington. Oh, no, Nardone gets back into play. Ing making some beats. Here comes Jackson. Jackson, that hoop got almost dislodged, but Jackson found a way to score, and he went down.
So it is now 115, 110, 1-2.
So Jackson, unfortunately, going down there. 1-2 in this game. That'd be brutal for New York. Eric.
It didn't look anything too serious.
Lots of cramps, we're saying.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of minutes to play in a small period of time, and that's really the work of playing MLQ. It's such a different speed of game.
Different speed. different intensity. In game series, there's just more to it. You have to play more games.
Yep. It's more of a novel, not a short story. You know, it's adjusting, and you've been playing against the same people for 3 hours now. It's, you know, you've tried to win one-on-ones 5 times, or you've tried to make the same cutter, the same juke, the same spin move, and it is really just a war of attrition.
We love to see Trudeau helping Jackson off the field as he is able to get off in his own power. So it looks like just a cramp. At 115-110, effectively the same score. The 5 is only there to show the snitch catch for Washington. Basically 1st to 2. 1st to 2.
And I would love to see another chance to get TJ Jenner at the ball up top. He's so dynamic, and because he has such a good shot, he made everybody sell out on the last time and then hit that great pass to Mulcahy. You know, Mulcahy and Cole are both great off-ball players, so let them work in that role.
Right now, New York is playing a 2-male bleeder set with Ing and with Devin Lee. And I think they kind of have to, because Kerry Donnelly just took a shift out. Ayala Subbers hurt. Tessa Mullins coming down with what is hurt, what looked like hopefully just cramps, but a cramp in her calf. So hopefully nothing bad. But 2 injuries to their female beating core has killed them and forced this. Oh, great play from Devin Lee. Ing's putting pressure. Barrett gets beat. Cole gets beat. There's no one there.
Oh, Mike Lee did not want them to stop play.
No, I know. Although the ball did roll very, very far away.
Yeah. I mean, either way, the ball's just now going to go to him, and it should be a free goal, and it's going to be one more goal.
All right, Mike Lee one-on-one with Justin Cole for a goal. Lee fakes. He scores too easy. Just put Cole on skates. New York is 1 away again.
From the sweep.
120-115 the score.
And, you know, it was the beaters who created that one again. It's been so much Devin Lee throughout this whole series. Does he have one more magical play in him?
Can't imagine why he wouldn't. Cole to Mulcahy. Covered by Rafa. Cole.
Morel is now following Jenner around the field. Mulcahy's going to get in the corner.
Mulcahy past Rafa.
But the question is, how deep is Nardone going to take their only bludger?
And he's been doing this constantly, though, but it's really risky when you're 1 goal down.
And when New York's offense is almost all come in transition.
Generate. Putting all the moves in. Pass over to Cole. No good. He was beat before. Bear chases it down, though.
And he's got an outlet. She's got an outlet. And
the
Beaters
New York
are out of the
Beaters
play. They got
aren't
lost.
there. Mulcahy driving, faking, shooting, scoring. New York's Beaters took themselves out of play because they thought
they had the stop, but they didn't see that Mulcahy and Bear were there. And now it's next goal wins.
Ooh, love it. 120-125.
Well, Freed just barely avoids the reset there. And again.
Breaks the tackle from Mulcahy. Freed down the middle. Shot. No good. Leo Freed throws it away.
He had the open hoop, and he hits that shot so often. But now the ball is in New York's court. Washington's court.
Chance to win it for Washington on this possession. It's been a really long shift for Mulcahy, and he has played
for this whole line.
Great.
I mean, Trudeau, I don't think he's gone in since he's caught. I think it's been all this line that they've been relying on. And they just need one more goal to get out of here with a win that would mean so much for this team's morale going into the rest of the season.
It would be huge. They need this win. Cole to Mulcahy.
Jenner's unmarked, and he wants it. He's going to attack this.
100%. Nardone loves playing these possessions. He plays super aggressive right now. Dodgebee, Mike Lee intercepts the pass.
Mike Lee's going to be called beat.
Huge call.
Nardone might have saved the game right there. Because it's also, when all is said and done, you know, Mulcahy's not going to be able to immediately break because Ing is standing right in front of him.
He's got Bear.
He's got Bear, but he also has bludger control if he chooses to pull it up. It'll be interesting to see which option he chooses. Because Ing is definitely going to try to run to Bear, and Mulcahy's not going to have a shot, so he's going to have to drive on Ing to try to force something. He's going to try. He gets in the lane. He flips the floater.
Missed it.
He missed the floater.
Missed it.
Leo Freed's looking to break the other way.
Here comes Freed.
Farnan's back.
Pressure.
Oh, Farnan's going to get hit by Ing. Freed's going to get a chance for redemption.
Generate.
He goes over
Gets
the lane.
actively. They're slowing it down. There's so much chaos in the Bludger game right now. There's no Bludgers. There's no Bludgers. Mike Lee trying to find.
Oh, Julia Bear gets a hand up. Blocks the pass to Freed. And it's Washington ball. I love next goal wins.
I love next goal wins. Just scrambled possessions. Back and forth from both sides. Mulcahy tries to take a shot, couldn't find it. Mike Lee tries to force a pass to Freed, can't find it. CJ Jr. into the game.
And Washington does not want to mix anything up. They're going with the hand they've been dealt. Generate, Mulcahy, Bear, and Cole are going to be the ones who are going to have to bring them home if it's going to be anybody.
Cole. On the right side of the field, over to Bear.
Morello once again marking Generate. They really want to keep him out of the play.
Oh, who wouldn't? Bear taking down the edge. Devin Lee right there, though. Wants to put that pressure on Bear.
Generate wants this ball.
Ooh, that's a trade of beats. Devin Lee's going to chase one down. Bear trying to find Cole or Generate. CJ Jr. chasing him down. Generate tossing up to Mulcahy. Oh, he missed. Bear shot. No good. Morello chases it down, and New York's got it.
Oh, my God.
Mulcahy has missed
frustration.
Back-to-back shots.
What an incredible pass, though.
Just to get that chance.
And advantage swings back to New York.
It's
John
Jackson.
coming in.
It's Jackson. Who wouldn't it be? Jackson, Morella,
He's
Mike
a lot
Lee,
fresher than anybody else on this pitch right now.
Putting pressure immediately.
Did have that injury, though.
He's beat. Jackson driving, faking.
Generate
kicks it back out.
Off.
Generate's beat. Lot of Bludger commotion. Jackson, Mike Lee fakes.
Oh,
shot blocked. Morella's got it. Morella pressured by Mulcahy. It's Jackson who's beat.
It's
Morella. Morella. The ball flies out. Generate's got it. Oh my God. Farnan is beating everyone. Oh, the Bludgers are on the ground. And Cole driving down the field.
Does he see Generate? He does.
Generate faking. Ball loose. Shoots. He scores.
And Washington has stolen one back from New York.
Admirals with the potential goal to win.
Just got to wait for a call. The whole complex waits with bated breath.
Head ref Chris Lecomte does not want to make sure. Wants to make sure this is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way there's a call in the Quaffle game in Washington. So if anything was stopped, it would have had to be the Bludger game. It looked like all the Bludgers were on the ground, so it would have had to be some weird interaction if they're talking about anything.
Game. Washington gets the win.
What a comeback. Washington really showing up in some things that they'd struggled with last year. You know, they get 2 snitch grabs, something that they weren't doing last year, and then really coming down the stretch, making the big plays. They tightened up on defense. Even though Brian Mulcahy was really struggling on the offensive side to get that last goal, he made some huge plays on defense, and TJ Generate's energy down the stretch. Who better to put in the last shot from mid-range?
Those two played amazingly, and they played so late into the game in this one. They weren't starting for most of the time, and they were the X factors. They were the key for this Washington team, playing all those crazy minutes, getting all these crazy minutes, and then playing a crazy long shift. That's a huge win for the Admirals, keeping their season afloat. Coming out here at least with 1 win, especially after how the first 2 went there.
Yeah, and remember, Generate didn't play a single minute at Quaffle in Game 1.
Crazy.
And they lost that game by 2 goals.
Crazy.
And so I think it's going to be a lot of going back to the drawing board here for Washington. You know, they've got the talent, but something didn't work tonight for a lot of the night. And maybe they found a little bit of something in that last game. You know, they played a little bit more under control in their beating game. They stopped New York's transitions. They relied on the fact that they're super athletic on the defensive end, super physical on the defensive end. They've managed to get a result. It's something to build on. But the night ultimately belongs to the Titans. 2-1. Nobody saw this coming. It's a definitive statement that they still want to be the kings and queens of the East Division, and they're going to get a chance to prove it now going forward.
Absolutely. They were a titanium performance from them last year, and they're starting this year off just as strong with a brand new squad. All right. Well, I'm Harry Greenhouse. I'm here with
Ethan Stern.
And we're signing off. We'll see you next week up in Boston. Boston versus Charlotte for the Series of the Week next week.
Take care.